NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.
Hello and welcome once again to another Focus NC. I always like when I have guests here, so that we can talk. It's better than just seeing my tired old face around. And this weekend, there is a treat. It's the St. Camillus Craft and Food Festival, and it's from 9 to 3, September 9th, which is Saturday. So as you're buzzing around to maybe those little Pop Warner games, you could stop in and get some great food, and we're going to talk about that. And with me I have
Amy Lamb.
And I'm going to move this right like that, Amy.
Ron Shebeck.
And how long have you been members of St. Camillus?
I've been there for 40 years.
A little over 15.
There you go.
We belong to St. Philip and James until they're closed.
Right. And for those of you that are wondering, St. Camillus became a parish back in 1958. Well, they actually started building the parish, and then it was completed in 1959, the same year that Neshannock became a school district. And so it gives you a little idea. That's what, 40, 50, almost 60 years. I think we're too short of 60, or 58 years. And the parish is located where?
At 413 East Englewood Avenue. I'm sorry, 314 East Englewood Avenue.
So what you're going to do is go right up Route 18. And if you go across the street from Gallows, you're going to that's Englewood. So if you're heading north, you'll make a left there and go down and then make a right into the parking lot. Now, where is it going to be inside?
We have 50 craft tables inside. We have one craft table outside, and we have a eat-in our social hall for people who want to eat in, and then we have a takeout line for anybody who wants to come and take out their food and take it home.
They're calling for takeouts already.
Yes, they are.
We have some absolutely magnificent ethnic food in Newcastle. And for those of you that don't remember, there was ethnic parishes. So when you talk about St. Philip and James, it was a Polish parish. And Madonna was also a Polish parish. St. Michael's, Polish parish. Slovak, yeah. Now, St. Vitus, they're going through the consolidation now. That's an Italian parish. St. Mary's was an Irish parish. So St. Joseph's, they were German. You had a lot. Did I leave one?
St. Vincent de Paul.
St. Vincent de Paul, they were Italian. Holy Cross down in West Pittsburgh, what were they?
Mostly Italian.
Mostly Italian. It was, and you had this great food. There's no other way to put it. We're going to talk about the food and the crafts when we get back right after these messages. Programming provided through funding from Daimio and Olson Law Group, with offices in Elwood City and in Newcastle in the Washington Center. Daimio and Olson Law Group. Funding provided by Four Brothers in downtown Newcastle. Funding provided by Main Street Clothiers and Tailors, Washington Street, Newcastle. So we're back, and the food and craft show. First of all, there'll be over 50 crafts there, and could you describe some of them?
Some of them have wreaths and decorations for the season. A lot of people come and do their Christmas shopping there. We have a lot of jewelry. We have people that make pot holders, and people that make little things for dogs and little things for cats, and people that make pictures, and people that make poetry. We have one Avon lady. We have people that make little jewelry for children. We have purses, LuLaRoe clothing. We have people that make their own homemade candy jellies or their pickles, and it's a great assortment of everything. And hopefully we're having someone selling beautiful mums outside this year.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yes, one of our Amish friends, we're going to sell their mums.
That is absolutely great. Then it says, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Talk about craft.
And then you'll have a bake sale.
Yes, the ladies of the parish, or men, get together and they bring in cakes and cookies, and the Italian people call them wands or gloves, and pies, zucchini bread, just everything. It's just amazing what all they buy.
You're having a basket raffle.
Yes, we have about 20 baskets at this point. So everybody buys tickets to see what they can win in the baskets, and they're beautifully put together.
Could you tell us what some of the baskets are?
Boy, some of the baskets are for babies, some of the baskets are lottery tickets, some of the baskets are for dogs, some of the baskets are for flour, gift certificates to go eat somewhere, just
so they'll be
there's a large variety. People just come, and it's amazing what they put together.
Wow. And we're going to get to the food. I saved that for last.
Yes.
Now this is a one day. This is the Saturday.
Yes.
One day only, and then we're going to talk about the quantity of food. For those of you that don't really are watching outside of Newcastle, I could say we pride ourselves on probably having the best food in the world. If you don't get to the St. Vitus Festival, which is in August, the Catholic community in Newcastle has these festivals throughout the year, and they have a Mary Mother of Hope, the Easter Fest, and it's just phenomenal food. And we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the specialty, because I got to keep you guessing, and what else they'll have right up at St. Camillus. We're going to take this break. We'll be right back. This programming was made possible by Clark's Furniture Direct in downtown Newcastle. This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine. A special thanks to the YMCA for caring about the Lawrence County community and providing funding for this. Now, I left the food for last, and I did leave out the Greek festival, which is St. George, right across the street from St. Camillus, and they had theirs the 25th, 26th, and 27th. St. Elias had their picnic the Sunday before Labor Day. And so that's just telling you the great cooks and the great food we have right here in Newcastle. Now, let's talk about what there's going to be. First of all, the number one thing is the stuffed cabbage. We call them pig in the blankets.
Galumpki.
Galumpki. Now, how many have you had to make?
We're planning on making 1,100.
Wow. For those of you that know the recipe for that, that's a lot.
130 heads of cabbage were cored yesterday.
And then you have to boil the cabbage.
That's what we're doing this morning.
Right.
So 1,100, you better go hungry. Now, also, you're going to have pierogi. And that's just always my personal favorite.
That's Ron Shebeck and his wife.
And
Specialty.
what will we have with pierogies? We'll have the potato.
Just strictly potato this year. And you get the onions.
Right, right.
Sauteed onions.
Now we're gonna have to go to try this out. Then we're gonna have cavatelli,
Right.
and that'll be served with meatballs.
Meatballs and sauce.
There you go. And sausage sandwiches,
Right. With peppers and onions or plain.
plain. And you know, I could say this. Like sometimes I like it with sauce, but sometimes I just like a sausage sandwich. You put mustard on it, and it tastes so
Right.
good.
We make 360 of those.
Wow. So now you're up to like 1,400 plus types of stuff. Excuse me. Then you have stuffed pepper soup
Yes.
and wedding soup.
All homemade.
And with that, you're going to have pizza, which just happens to be my favorite. Halushki. And why don't you talk about the halushki so people know what that is?
Noodles, shredded cabbage, sliced cabbage, and onions, and a lot of butter to keep it nice and moist.
Moist.
Very good. My lips are melting now. But yes, it's very good.
Delicious.
I enjoy that, and for the people that don't know about that. And then we have fried dough,
Right. All homemade. Made the dough last week.
and it's sprinkled with sugar and ready to go.
Cinnamon, yes.
Yeah, and we can get cinnamon too.
Yeah.
Wow, that's absolutely magnificent. And just to give you some ideas, you know, people always come up and they say, geez, there's nothing to do. And I really don't understand that in Newcastle, because everything that literally is going on during the week, weekends, comes through this office and this studio. And there's tons of things to do. I mean, this is starting at 9 in the morning. And if you do have kids, you know how much running around you have to do. Now, my son will be having a JV football game at probably about 10. And then after it, he'll be hungry and it'll just happen to be lunchtime.
Bring it down to St. Camillus.
Then we'll just ride up to St. Camillus and get some. You can look at the crafts. And there's so many things going on this weekend. And you know all about them because you watch Newswatch, you know.
We'll have face painting for the young children, so they have something to do while the parents shop.
Oh, there you go. And that wasn't on here. You surprised me with that one.
Surprises are always good.
You know, so get out. It's fun for the whole family. Up at St. Camillus, it's their craft and food festival, and I put a large emphasis on the food. It's just me. Now, my son will be loving a pig in a blanket. I'll probably be eating pierogi and a sausage sandwich. Just my personal favorite. So for Focus NC, I'm Angelo Parada. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, tell your friends, NCTV45. We're available anytime on your time. See you again real soon.
Thank you.